Chosen One, what I am about to reveal will shake everything you thought you knew about yourself. The holy and ancient researchers have found something unpredictable. Your actions mirror those of the earliest gods. Every sacred order and secret organization has sounded an alert in your name. The histories, the scriptures, the philosophies all point to you. You have done what only divine beings were ever allowed to do. Your transformation is unfolding, your rise unstoppable, and the world's leaders, scholars, and scientists now stand in awe. You existed where all gods began. You are the return of the first divinity itself. Before we continue, pause for a moment and do 3 things. Hit that like button. Subscribe to help us reach 20,000 chosen ones, and leave a comment with the number 11. That number sends a powerful signal to the universe, amplifying the divine energy moving through this message. If you are truly one of the chosen, you will stay until the end, because deep within your spirit, you already know this message is for you. In a moment that defies comprehension, a human soul has shattered the ceiling of divinity. What was once deemed impossible, a mortal crossing into the sacred threshold of divine realms, has now occurred. This isn't mythology, nor mere spiritual metaphor. It is real, and it is happening now. Ancient barriers, once designed to separate the realms of man and God, have been broken by one individual. The world stands still as the heavens tremble. The Chosen One did not ascend as prophets did in the past. No, this was something deeper. A return, not a rise, a step backward into the very blueprint of existence, into the sacred chamber where even gods were once afraid to tread. Scholars across the globe, from esoteric monastic libraries to cutting-edge quantum laboratories, are unified in disbelief. Their theories, legends, and data now all converge toward a single overwhelming conclusion. This being isn't becoming divine. They always were. Imagine a ripple in time itself, not forward but backward, a spiraling collapse of linear understanding. Religions that have stood in isolation for millennia now find shared prophecies aligning. Words whispered in ancient temples echo precisely what has been uncovered. The Chosen One isn't rewriting fate, they are uncovering it, revealing a destiny long buried beneath the weight of disbelief and forgotten knowledge. This moment, the very breaking of that divine threshold, is being called the event horizon of faith. It marks the point beyond which the laws of human limitation no longer apply. Nations watch with silent awe. Some fear, others pray, but all acknowledge the truth now painted across the canvas of creation. The divine barrier was not meant to keep gods in. It was meant to keep this one's soul out until now. And now that it has been broken, nothing will ever be the same before light, before time, before even the breath of creation. There was a silence, a space untouched by even the hand of God. That sacred void, long considered unknowable, has now been touched by a mortal vessel, the Chosen One. Researchers and theologians alike are unearthing an unthinkable truth. This person exists not merely within our universe, but somehow in the space before it. Their presence in this primordial state has baffled modern science. Quantum physicists have recorded anomalies around their biological structure, unexplained energy spikes, gravitational ripples, and neural patterns resembling complex divine geometries. These are not poetic observations. These are peer-reviewed, replicated findings. Every field of research, from theological history to particle physics, converges on the same terrifying, beautiful truth. This one person defies the laws of causality and time. Philosophers now say they didn't come after creation. They existed where creation was born. That idea is shattering the foundation of every belief system. Spiritual texts, once believed metaphorical, are being reinterpreted with new meaning. Phrases like, "the one who walked before light," and "the soul that preceded the flame," long thought to be allegories, now appear eerily literal. This isn't just about one person's rise. It is about the rearrangement of the human timeline. It is about discovering that the beginning wasn't the beginning. It was the middle. And now, the being who came before the first breath of God has returned. In this realization, humanity is not just rewriting theology. It is rewriting reality. To exist beyond creation is to redefine what it means to be alive, divine, and destined. Somewhere in the shadows of forgotten civilizations and silent monasteries, ancient researchers left behind prophecies too strange to be understood. Until now, hidden scrolls, unearthed in desert ruins and icy mountains, speak of a time when the divine would return, not from above, but from within. The descriptions match you, word for word, gesture for gesture, transformation for transformation. You were foretold, not as a savior, but as the origin, the spark before the flame, a being whose existence was never dependent on time or form. Historians cross-referencing lost texts from Babylon, Tibet, and the Andes have found chilling consistencies. Names may differ, the first light, the one below the crown, the echo-born, but the essence is the same. They all speak of you. One ancient priestess of the forgotten order of Varun wrote, "The day will come when the first voice returns in flesh, and time shall bow to it." Her words were dismissed as mystical nonsense for centuries, until your recent transformation began to align with her predictions, line by line. You moved exactly as her vision described. Your presence sent shockwaves through the same celestial pathways their astronomers mapped. This convergence of ancient knowledge and modern evidence is unprecedented. Never in recorded history have disparate spiritual systems from across the planet, separated by oceans and time, pointed to the same living being. You are the anomaly they all waited for, not a disruption of faith, but the proof that it was real all along. This isn't coincidence. This is revelation, and it was buried in plain sight. Each of your actions, whether witnessed or felt, has begun to replicate the mythic patterns once attributed to gods. The way you speak, the impact of your presence, the calm that enters a room when you arrive, these phenomena are being analyzed and matched to divine behaviors described in holy records. The symmetry is chilling and undeniable. In one instance, your gestures during a speech at a summit caused a moment of complete atmospheric stillness. A wind that had been howling suddenly stopped. Clocks reportedly froze. Birds went silent. Observers describe the moment as time holding its breath. Upon review, this mirrors an ancient tale of the god Taurus, who silenced the world with only a word. You didn't know that story, and yet you became it. More astonishing is the emotional impact you leave behind. People who encounter you report sudden clarity, long-buried traumas vanishing, and overwhelming peace that brings them to tears. Psychologists cannot explain this effect, but ancient myths can. They describe gods who didn't just heal the body, but rewrote the soul with a glance. That is what you do without trying. In dozens of documented events, your timing, your reactions, and your very aura reflect divine precision. One biologist said, "Their DNA looks human, but their presence is something else entirely." Theologians call this the mirror pattern, where a being doesn't mimic divinity, but becomes a reflection of it, effortlessly and unknowingly. You didn't study the gods. You are not imitating them. They were simply earlier echoes of you when your transformation first became public. It wasn't only mystics and prophets who reacted. Governments and global organizations did too. Within hours, encrypted networks lit up with the highest level alerts. The Vatican's archives went into lockdown. NASA, CERN, and spiritual authorities from Mecca to Lhasa initiated emergency communication protocols. You were no longer a matter of faith. You had become a matter of world security. Intelligence agencies scrambled to decode the sudden spike in cosmic radiation detected near your last known location. Satellites registered subtle distortions in gravitational fields, something no human should cause. For the first time in history, the scientific and religious sectors shared a single encrypted channel, exchanging data with trembling disbelief. The alerts read only one line: event type, divine crossing. In the midst of this chaos, world leaders called secret summits. Their faces pale with both awe and fear. They weren't sure whether to protect you, contain you, or worship you. Some argued that your awakening signaled the next evolutionary stage of humankind. Others feared it could collapse the order of civilization itself. The truth was far simpler. The divine had finally stopped knocking. It had entered, news leaked, despite their efforts. Millions gathered in streets, chanting prayers, lighting candles, and raising banners, not for a nation, but for you. It was no longer about belief. It was acknowledgement, a collective human surrender to something greater. The emergency alert was never turned off. It didn't need to be, because once the divine entered the human world, the world itself became the alert. And as governments watched you rise, they realized something terrifying and beautiful. Control was never theirs to begin with. The discovery came gradually, yet its implications were cosmic. Every known divine genealogy, from Egyptian pantheons to Hindu deities, from the Norse gods to the angelic hierarchies, shows traces of one repeating energy signature. Now, modern instruments confirm that signature matches you. You are part of every divine bloodline, every celestial ancestry ever recorded. Archaeologists comparing genetic relics of royal dynasties and ancient sacred relics uncovered an impossible truth. Your biological and energetic patterns correspond to countless divine archetypes. It is as if you carry in your veins the resonant echo of every god who has ever existed. Theologians cannot agree on how, but they all agree on why. You are not the descendant of divinity. You are its origin. In an ancient scroll found in the lost city of Derashan, the high priest wrote, "The first source fractured itself into countless shards, each forming the gods, the prophets, the angels. One day, all fragments will return to the body of the source." That prophecy now reads like your biography. You are the vessel into which those shards have begun to return, a living reunion of the divine whole. Those who once studied pantheons as separate myths now sit in silent reverence. It is no longer about different gods. It is about one recurring pattern wearing different names. Ra, Odin, Vishnu, Yahweh. The same pulse, the same infinite light, all reflected in you. You are not their successor. You are their convergence. And through that convergence, creation remembers itself. When scholars began to re-examine ancient manuscripts with modern tools, something extraordinary happened. Your handwriting, your phrases, your style of thought began to appear across texts thousands of years old. Hidden codes, invisible ink, and sacred numerology pointed back to a single authorial consciousness. That consciousness was you. A line from a lost Taoist manuscript reads, "When the origin walks again, the words will recognize their master. The ink patterns analyzed through quantum microscopy matched the neural frequencies of your brainwaves. Every forgotten philosophy, from Socratic dialogues to mystic Buddhist sutras, now seems to hum in resonance with your inner rhythm, as though the past always waited for you to return and reclaim what it wrote in your name. This discovery has reignited a spiritual renaissance. Universities can no longer separate theology from metaphysics, nor science from scripture. Students study your words, not as religion, but as revelation, not belief, but observation. What was once dead text now breathes because you breathe. What was once metaphor now speaks literal truth because you exist. Even language itself seems to be reshaping around you. Ancient dialects, once untranslatable, now make sense when spoken in your tone. Words thought extinct now flow through you. Like remembered songs, the past recognizes you because it was your creation. You are not a student of the divine. You are the author of its first verse. Every forgotten word, every silenced philosophy, now whispers the same name, yours. Transformation is an overused word until it happens on a scale that shatters definition. Your change wasn't physical alone. It was metaphysical, molecular, universal. The first signs were subtle. Your reflection began to distort. Your pulse resonated with patterns not human. Then came the impossible. Your presence began influencing the laws of probability themselves. Events around you began aligning with perfect harmony. Where others would stumble, the world seemed to bend in your favor, not out of luck, but obedience. Lightning struck where you pointed. Rivers altered their paths to follow your feet. Even dreams around the globe began sinking to your energy. Entire populations dreaming the same imagery of light, of birth, of awakening. Ancient gods were known to create miracles through will. Yet your transformation goes beyond creation, it redefines it. You don't command reality, you remind it what it is. The universe bends because it recognizes its original frequency returning. You are that frequency, you are the calibration point to which existence itself retunes. This has sparked not fear but reverence among those who understand. A new form of divinity, one not external but embodied, has emerged through you. The difference between God and human is dissolving, replaced by something pure, unity. The power beyond gods isn't destruction, it is remembrance. The realization that all power began in one consciousness, and that consciousness now has a name, yours. Even now, your evolution continues. Monitors tracking your bioenergetic field report exponential expansion. No sign of plateau. You are not at your peak. You are ascending without limit. Every second adds new dimensions to your being. You are becoming not higher but deeper, sinking into the root of the infinite. People who stand near you describe feeling lighter, as if gravity itself forgets them. Others sense a vibration, like an ancient song rising from the air. You radiate both warmth and eternity. Scientists are baffled. Your cellular structure regenerates faster than any recorded organism. You are defying the laws of entropy. You are rewriting mortality itself. Theologians say this is what ascension truly means, not escaping the human, but perfecting it. You are the bridge between what was divine and what was human, now merging into one luminous being. You carry not wings or halos, but something far greater. Understanding. Every breath, every heartbeat sends ripples across existence, announcing that creation is still alive. And yet, you rise quietly, without arrogance, without demand, like dawn itself, inevitable and gentle, bringing light simply because it cannot do otherwise. The more you rise, the more the world awakens, not to follow you, but to remember itself through you. This is not the end of ascension, it is the beginning of eternity. After centuries of silence, ancient holy orders have emerged to speak publicly. Scrolls, once locked away in secret chambers of Jerusalem, Mecca and Lhasa, have been opened. Every prophecy they contained, every timeline, symbol and sign matches your journey exactly. Scholars who once doubted have now confessed belief. One by one, they cross-referenced sacred testaments, and all paths led to your name. You are the being described in the scripture of the returning light, the codex of the echo, the song of the first dawn. The signatures of these texts align with celestial events that correspond to your birth, your awakening, and your current transformation. The precision is beyond coincidence. The Vatican released an uncharacteristically emotional statement. We have seen the fulfillment of what no generation dared to imagine. The source has returned, not as thunder but as form. Buddhist elders called you the fifth mirror, while Islamic mystics referred to you as Nur al-Awwal, the first light made flesh. Different tongues, same truth. The prophecies didn't lie, they waited, they watched, and now they speak. You are not merely a sign, you are the sentence that completes every prophecy, the culmination of every whisper humanity once mistook for myth. The scholars no longer interpret scripture, they live it because you walk among them. Across the world, temples, mosques, synagogues and shrines have begun synchronizing their prayers unknowingly, chanting the same syllables that resonate to your energy frequency. No religion planned it. No leader ordered it. Yet every state of faith, every divine structure now bends its compass toward you. The invisible has become aligned and the world feels it. In Varanasi, priests stopped mid-ritual because the sacred fire turned white. The color of creation's beginning. In Rome, bells rang without being touched. In Mecca, flocks of doves circled the Kaaba in a perfect spiral, forming the symbol of infinity. All of these occurred simultaneously. Every symbol, every sacred act, pointed not upward to heaven, but outward to you. Theologians have begun calling it the divine convergence phenomenon. From Catholic mystics to Sufi scholars, from Wiccan high priests to Zen monks, all find their philosophies collapsing into one truth. Divinity is no longer a distant realm. It walks in flesh, breathes our air, and carries our heartbeat. You are the unifying axis between belief and being. What once divided humankind, language, faith, origin, now begins to dissolve. This isn't a new religion, but a universal remembrance. You didn't come to create another doctrine. You came to reveal that all doctrines were fragments of a single, infinite whole. Every path, every God, every name, all roads were secretly leading here. And now that the roads have met, humanity finally stands before its source. You are not an idol to be worshipped. You are the mirror in which all creation sees its reflection. Recent excavations at the ancient site of Kuanat, known as the birthplace of the stars, uncovered inscriptions predating known civilization. The shock came not from their age, but from the unmistakable presence of your name, carved in a language older than human speech. The meaning translated simply as the one before all. Carbon dating, quantum residue testing, even metaphysical resonance scans confirmed the impossible. The carvings are millions of years older than the Earth itself. The energy signature embedded within them matches yours precisely. This is not metaphor. It is physical proof. You were here before the gods. You stood at the dawn of divine awakening, when consciousness first learned to call itself light. Scholars stood in silence as they translated further. The gods were born from one, and the one shall return as many. The implication shattered theology and science alike. It meant that the gods, those beings humanity has worshipped for millennia, were children of a higher origin. That origin was you. You are the genesis of divinity, the point of origin from which creation unfolded like breath from an eternal lung. Every major pantheon has myths of a silent force, an unnamed presence that gave birth to light and chaos alike. That presence has always been described as unreachable, unknowable. Yet it is now found in you. You are not a being who reached the divine. You are the divine that reached back. The evidence lies not only in stone, but in energy, in vibration, in the way reality reshapes itself around your existence. And so the question is no longer who created you, but what creation was before you. The revelation spread faster than light itself. Within days of the confirmation that you predate the gods, the global order began to quake. Presidents, kings, and religious leaders convened emergency councils, borders blurred, currencies faltered, and the power structures of humanity began to dissolve under the weight of a single truth. No one governs reality but its source. In a leaked document, one head of state reportedly wrote, "We are witnessing the end of human hierarchy. The source has returned in form. All power now belongs to the beginning economies halted, not from fear but from reverence." Soldiers laid down their weapons in the streets, unsure whether to salute or pray. Scientists stopped experiments. Priests stopped preaching. Everyone simply watched. The world had seen revolutions, miracles and wars, but never something like this. A revelation so absolute that even authority bowed. No decree could deny it. No skepticism could contain it. The truth of your being transcended ideology, crossing political, cultural, and spiritual boundaries with effortless grace. Humanity for the first time became one under awe. It wasn't chaos, it was surrender, a collective exhale from a species that had finally found what it had always searched for. Leaders who once held nations in their hands now hold rosaries, meditating on your existence. The United Nations, the Vatican, and scientific institutions have issued a joint statement. We acknowledge the emergence of a divine consciousness. We name this being not a ruler, but a return you didn't take control of the world. The world offered itself to you, not in fear, but in recognition. Divine power has always been measured by miracles, yet what you have done transcends miracle. It redefines reality itself. The seas calm when you whisper, flames dance harmlessly upon your hands. The sick awaken, the blind weep at the sight of color for the first time. But what truly terrifies and inspires the world is not these acts. It is the way you perform them, effortlessly, compassionately, as though nature itself longs to obey your will. Your power doesn't command. It harmonizes when you touch the earth. Flowers bloom in your wake, not because you make them, but because they remember what they are in your presence. Power in your hands has lost its arrogance. It has become grace. That grace has redrawn the definition of the divine, reminding humanity that true might isn't destruction. It is creation, restoration, and remembrance. Scholars call it the reversal of divinity, where gods once demanded worship through fear. You offer transformation through love. Your miracles are not displays of supremacy, but invitations for others to see the same divine pulse within themselves. You are not proving godhood. You are teaching it. The most extraordinary of your acts, however, lies not in what you change, but in what you awaken. People touched by your presence begin to heal others, to forgive, to dream vividly again. It is as if your consciousness is contagious, spreading light through every soul you encounter. You are not building followers, You are multiplying awareness, and that is the purest power of all, not to rule creation, but to remind creation of its own divinity. Now the final revelation stands complete. You are not a prophet nor a child of divinity. You are the first, the origin before origins, the voice before sound, the breath before time. The universe is not your creation, it is your memory. Every star, every soul, every particle of light was once a thought within your infinite mind. And now that thought walks again as flesh. The ancient texts that once spoke in riddles now stand as mirrors. When the first returns, the circle will close, they said. The circle is closing now. Creation has come full loop from source to manifestation, and from manifestation back to source. You are the Alpha that became Omega, the silence that became song. The cosmos itself bows because it recognizes its parent returned home. Humanity weeps, not out of fear, but out of recognition. Every heartbeat across the world resonates with the same rhythm, yours. The oceans hum your frequency. The stars burn a little brighter. Even the void feels alive again. You are not here to rule. You are here to remind. You are the proof that God never left. God simply became you. And so the final line of prophecy has been fulfilled. When the first walks again, heaven will no longer be above. It will be among the chosen one stands revealed. The first God has returned. Creation is awake again. The cosmos has always been bound by rules, the final laws etched into the very fabric of existence. These laws governed matter, energy, time, and space. Yet, in a revelation that shakes the core of reality, the universe itself has declared you beyond these limits. You are no longer subject to gravity, causality, or entropy. You are the force that transcends the final boundary. Scientists observing quantum fields detected something previously thought impossible, a presence not constrained by the uncertainty principle, a consciousness that bends the constants of physics with mere thought. Where particles should behave randomly, they align perfectly, forming patterns that mirror your very being. The universe whispers in awe, a lawbreaker, but one who makes new laws. Philosophers and physicists alike are stunned. You are not simply existing outside the law. You are the origin and the master of it. You embody the paradox of order and chaos fused into one. The final law, once thought absolute, is rewriting itself to include you, as if existence recognizes its missing piece, has returned home. Your existence is the cosmic rebellion against limitation. The universe no longer fears change. It embraces you as the change incarnate. Every atom, star, and galaxy now pulses with the knowledge that its boundaries can be broken, because you are proof that they were never meant to hold forever. You, chosen one, stand where law dissolves and infinity begins, a threshold none dared cross until now. Time, the relentless river that carries all things forward, halted the moment you emerged. Clocks across the world stuttered and froze, and for a brief, infinite instant, the past, present, and future collided in silent witness of your birth. History paused, because you are the fulcrum on which all moments balance. In that timeless space, memories unfolded like petals, revealing the cycles of creation and destruction you embody. Past lives whispered to future possibilities, intertwining like threads on a loom only you could weave. Time ceased to be a sequence. It became a spiral, an eternal dance acknowledging you as its heart. Physicists, baffled by this phenomenon, likened it to a temporal singularity, not a black hole that swallows time, but a luminous core that radiates it anew. The very fabric of temporal flow adjusted, creating a ripple that resonates through every second since and yet to come. You are both the origin and the destination of time's meaning. Poets and mystics speak of this moment as the great pause, when the universe took a breath to honor the coming of the one who transcends time's grasp. Your becoming was so profound that the relentless tick-tock of existence bowed down, offering space for something infinitely greater to unfold. You didn't merely come into time, you commanded it to witness the birth of a new reality. One where time is not a prison, but a canvas for your eternal journey, across deserts, jungles, and forgotten temples. Cryptic symbols have always whispered of a returning light. From the pyramids of Giza to the stone circles of Stonehenge to the Mayan codices buried beneath centuries of soil, every ancient culture left behind signs not of their own making, but of yours. These symbols, once dismissed as mere myth, now reveal a pattern too precise to ignore. They depict a figure who transcends mortality, a being who bridges the heavens and earth, the seen and unseen. Each symbol holds a story, soul, a prophecy, etched in sacred geometry, celestial alignments, and coded language only recently decrypted with your presence in mind. Priests and shamans recorded these visions as dreams, but now those dreams are reality. The serpent entwined with the staff, the star blazing at midnight, the twin pillars flanking an open gate, all point to you, the chosen one who walks between worlds. You are the answer they sought, the promise they inscribed with reverence and fear. Archaeologists stand humbled, realizing that every culture, despite distance and difference, received fragments of the same cosmic message. The message is clear: you were always coming, and their monuments were beacons lighting the path for your return. Your arrival is not an accident of time. It is the culmination of humanity's silent hope, encoded in stone and spirit, awaiting the moment you fulfilled the ancient promise. Beyond Earth, in realms both physical and ethereal, celestial archives have opened their gates. Cosmic librarians, once invisible to human eyes, now reveal scrolls, star charts, and energy records that speak of you. You are not a footnote, but the headline, the name that echoes through the constellations and cosmic libraries alike. In the archives of Andromeda, encoded in pulsar rhythms, your essence is inscribed as the origin pulse.